UFC Des Moines is coming up this weekend, man. Today, I'm going over my bets for the whole entire card. Let's get right into it. First one, we got Kwang Lee, one of the best underdogs on the card. Like I said, man, don't understand Bolaños. I don't think he's a good fighter. You know, they talk like this guy has some nasty striking background, and he's got 50 Muay Thai fights under his. He doesn't look that good on the feet. Like, honestly, man, his striking doesn't impress me whatsoever. I think he's got some decent kicks, but he's not that fast. He's not that explosive. And when I watch him, man, I only see a couple weapons throw: the leg kicks, the rear kick, and the right hand. I don't really see anything else. I don't, maybe he opens up in this fight and shows me, but from what I've seen from the guy, I don't think he's a good striker. Not to mention Kwang Lee's going to have the wrestling advantage here. On top of me thinking that Kwang Lee might be a better striker. I think he wins this fight relatively pretty easily, man. I just think the number's ridiculous. And give me Kwang Lee here, man. I know he's 33 years old, but back against the wall, he's got to get a win here. So I'm going with Kwang Lee, a guy who's undefeated, coming into the UFC, and had first two fights weren't the best, but I think he gets a win here. I'm going with Kwang Lee. Let's move on to the next one. Daniel Rodriguez, he's taken on Santiago Ponzinibbio, man. You guys know what I've been saying about Santiago Ponzinibbio. You'll never catch me, ever picking him or betting on him, and nothing changes here, man. I can't do it. I don't care who is in front of Santiago Ponzinibbio. I will never, ever pick him. Anyways, man, D-Rod to me, better striker, more volume, younger, more durable. More durable is the most important because Santiago Ponzinibbio has been fighting like these wars forever. They're both the same age, but one guy has been in the game longer and one guy has shown signs of his durability fading. He got a good win last time over Carlston Harris, but let's not forget he got dropped 3 times in that fight. Got stunned, multiple times on top of getting dropped 3 times. And this isn't a first time thing. You know what I mean? This guy's been, getting dropped for a while. Morono was able to hurt him bad. Alex Morono. Come on, man. Who else? Obviously, Holland knocked him out. And, man, it's just like he looks good. Ponzinibbio looks good until it doesn't look good. You're going to see me be on D-Rod here, and I'll be on anybody, like I said before, who fights Santiago Ponzinibbio. Because I don't care that D-Rod doesn't have that much power. Big moments are what wins fights. Sure, I think Ponzinibbio can maybe, land the harder strikes. But the stuns, the wobbles, more likely are going to be coming from D-Rod. You know what I mean? So, are coming from by D-Rod's way. You know what I mean? So, D-Rod's going to be the pick here, the bet here, man. I got something special for y'all. You always ask me, for longer parlays, and I hesitate to do it. But this week I got one, and we'll go over it real quick for you, and let me know what you think of it. Let's go on to it. Here it is. Let me see if I can move my camera. I'll make it a little bit smaller here so you can see the whole thing. 5-legger plus 1468. You guys know, not huge on making these, okay? I think I just put 1 unit on. It's not, you guys know, man, I don't do it like that. Anyways, Mason Jones versus Jeremy Stephens, not to go the distance. I just think that hits, man. Violence fight. Mason Jones, he needs a finish. He's going to probably finish him. I probably could have just taken Jones inside the distance, but I think the number was like minus 135 maybe. So I'll take my, little whatever they want to give me for Jeremy Stephens to get a finish as well. But anyways, Surrey City money line. I told you guys I'm a little bit, more on the City side. I think he wins this fight, versus Smotherman. I know a lot of people are all over Smotherman. I don't see it, man. I don't think he's takes punches well. I think City's better on the mat. We'll see what happens. I like City here. Durable, good cardio, tough little run here so far, but I think he's a good fighter, and I think he can get this one done. The next one up, I've got Thomas Peterson minus 260. Anybody who can wrestle versus Dontel Mays is probably going to win. So I'm going to keep that one simple. The next one up, Bo Nickel, KO or points. Now, Bo Nickel, most of his wins are by submission. Do I think he submits Renier de Ritter? Probably not. So Renier de Ritter has been finished, is not hard to hit. More likely outcome is going to be Nickel by a decision, but I do think that there's a possibility for a KO here. So I'm going to go Bo Nickel, KO or points minus 195. And the last one you can see, D-Rod versus Santiago Ponzinibbio under 2.5 at plus 167. While I do think, Santiago Ponzinibbio can get finished and he's got some horrible durability, I do give him credit because he hits hard. You know what I mean? He can end the fight and beat D-Rod. So I think the number at plus 167, I've been thinking about playing this straight as well because I just think with these older guys, you're seeing one guy in D-Rod who doesn't hit the hardest, but Santiago can't take punch as well. And then you got another guy in Ponzinibbio who hits pretty damn hard, but D-Rod, has been pretty durable throughout his career. I think this fight's going to be pretty violent. And I like the under 2.5 at plus 167. I think the odds are a little bit wild, but I got one more thing for you guys. That's just going to be some other props that I'm running with. Thomas Peterson by submission at plus 600. Thomas Peterson, he doesn't have many submissions on his record, but he is a guy who's going to get this fight to the mat. Now, it's on him to submit Dontel Mays, who's coming off a submission. This could be a fight where Thomas Peterson just lays on him, which would kind of suck, but I think he's got a key lock on his resume. But he's a former collegiate wrestler, been working that jiu-jitsu, I'm sure. So plus 600 seems like a good, number here, especially because he's going to be on top of, Mays for sure, and I think he finds himself a submission. D-Rod KO, you guys know I got to play it, man. I said it before. There's no way I'm not I'm always going to be playing Daniel or anybody that fights Ponzinibbio for the rest of his career by KO. I don't care who they are. It could be, who's a welterweight, like, shit grappler. I don't know. It could be like Ryan Hall. If he moved up to welterweight, I would still bet him by KO. Last one is Daniel Marcos decision. I picked Marcos to win. I think this is a tight fight. Montel Jackson, good fighter. But I think Marcos decision plus 320 is a lot of value there, just for the amount of fighter that he is. Now, I haven't put money on Marcos decision, but these other two, Peterson, D-Rod, KO, I have. So maybe I will put on Marcos decision. More than likely I will, but I just put it on here because I think I probably will. But yeah, man, that's going to wrap it up for me. Let me know what you think in the comments, and hopefully we hit something. Let's go.